Hey guys, it's Maria. I just wanted to add a quick note before you watch this video. We recorded this before the Trump headline came out. If you haven't seen or heard the headline yet, Trump has asked for an additional 100 billion in tariffs on Chinese products. And if you're watching the market after hours, or if you're watching or trading futures, you already know that the response is not very pretty. We are in positions that will likely get hit tomorrow. However, as we've done with every other headline similar to this one, we will let the market open, let things shake out, and adjust accordingly. I know things don't look very pretty right now, but there is a lot of time between now and tomorrow's open. Anything can happen. As always, stay calm, stay patient, stay focused, let the market find a direction before jumping in, respect your stops and your technicals, and trade off of those. Don't trade necessarily off of what you hear other people doing or what you see and hear on TV. So with that, I will leave you to our video. Just wanted to let you all know that we are aware of the headline and we will adjust our positions accordingly tomorrow after the open. And that's all from me for now. Take care and enjoy. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Maria.
This is Tim.
Today is Thursday, April the 5th, 2018. Welcome to our daily recap.
Maria, before we get started, I was on the road all day. I've missed most of everything. Go ahead and give us those closing numbers.
Sure. The Dow ended the day up 240 points, closing at 24,505. NASDAQ was up 34 points and closed at 7,076. And the S&P closed up 18 points. The closing number was 2662.
I have been traveling. I'm in Virginia. I'll be out of the office tomorrow, but there was a few things I was able to write down, and hopefully you can help guide me through this because, like I say, I have been driving all day. So one of the things I wanted to start off with was Elfin. Now, the CEO was on Fast Money yesterday, and it was actually had a decent day yesterday.
It did. Let me get the 5-day pulled up. Please ignore those lines. Those were from way before. Yesterday it popped on the news, and then today it kind of just took off. I did not see any other news associated with it.
So, I mean, it's back above where it looks like it had some support earlier around maybe 16, and also, yeah, right there and a little lower. So we'll see. I know that this is one Andrew Left had shorted. We'll talk about him today too. I got a few phone calls about him and Nvidia, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Um, you know, this has got it's in an interesting spot. It does
So
have options.
it does. And here, let me make this bigger so you guys can see it. This was the news from The Fly. So in an interview, or in the interview, CEO says he won't be selling his shares in the company. I'm going to write to SEC and FINRA because of the shorts. Um, Very interesting. So they were up 78% at that point, trading at 2067, and they actually closed at what did they close at 1914? So held fairly well. Tim is correct. There is some support between 16 and 17 initially, and then in the 17 area, 1750 to 1755, there's a little bit more support there. Definitely, it makes moves. Just stay careful with it.
Yeah, we a lot of members had a lot of fun shorting this on the way down. They'll probably play it on the way up, depending on what it does. Maria, NETE. This
Yeah.
had a lot of notes on today. Wanted you to look at that one as well.
So here's the weekly on it. Hit a high of 979. Um, Actually, really nice chart for the day. I know there was news on it. Let me get that pulled up. They launched something. Here it is. Fast Pass funding. So here is the article. It's a same-day funding service available through its proprietary Nativia platform.
So fast pass funding, same day funding. So I need a loan. I can call these guys.
I don't know if it's let's see. FastPass funding allows eligible merchants to receive funding in as little as 3 hours during regular business days.
All
So
right,
it's to
that's a kick-ass
merchants.
day. Can we pull up a
Interesting.
monthly on this?
Sure. Let's look at, actually, I can, the 1 month probably won't look that pretty or easy to see. Here's a 6 month on it, or I could go 20 days.
Yeah, it looks like. Wonder if they did a reverse at some point.
I'd have to look at it and see.
Regardless, so this is back to,
Kind of hit resistance, a little bit of resistance today.
yeah, yeah. If it gets past that area, I mean, this could make some moves. I definitely want to keep an eye on it. There were some people excited about it today. We had several people trade it according to all my text messages and emails today. So, all right,
Yeah,
we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Maria, ICPT. I believe they did a secondary.
they did. There was, let me get the exact article pulled up. They had news as well. Not, it doesn't look like it was a huge, I don't know what their float is.
They
I'm
they don't have a
I
ton
don't
of flow.
know. It was 2.3 million share spot secondary, priced it at 64. So
So
the deal size was increased to 250 million in common stock from 120 million in common stock, and the range was 61.80 to 64.36.
Credit Suisse and Jeffries. So actually, this is one of those accretive secondaries. Everybody freaks out on secondaries. BIOS, as a general rule, especially higher priced ones, kick ass.
Yep.
Uh, so VERI, let's have a look at that one.
Wasn't this one? Isn't this also one that Andrew hit at
Uh,
one point?
I don't know. This is the one we used to talk about. God, forever ago. It would go. It would. I think it went up to like $60 or something. Let's pull up. Let's extend this one on out.
Yeah, 74.92, and Andrew shorted it. I remember it.
Uh, well, this one's at an interesting spot as well, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go ahead and shorten that up to the last 30 days.
Sure. Do you want 3 months or
Yeah,
six
let's look
months?
at.
Here's a 3 month chart on it.
All right, let's. So this thing really needs to break 25, 26 maybe. But in the meantime, you've got, looks like, what is that? 18 to 19 is going to be a little bit. Um, then you got a gap.
So I think that
Definitely.
there will be a little bit of resistance around 1575 to really into the 16s, low 16s.
Yeah.
Above that, you have a little bit more space to go, but I'd expect some resistance around, again, 1650 to 1675. And there was news with Very today. They jumped after announcing real-time AI capabilities. Oh, that's kind of cool.
I remember when we played this on the way up to 70 something bucks. I mean, it
Yeah,
was really low volume. Um, I mean, hey, I'll play it up again. It moves when it moves, so we'll see.
absolutely.
Maria, SLS, one we talked about the other day, got $11 price target. Had a decent day two on it. I think day three it looks pretty rough. Um, so yeah, this one.
So the only thing that I was slightly encouraged, not, I don't even want to say encouraged by, the only thing here that was semi okay was the fact that it did kind of push into the close. So it did kind of push into the close. The thing is that it still needs to, it really needs to try to make a move with,
Looks to me like
I
it
think
probably
so.
needs to go over 750 or 760. Well, actually, maybe that's 720.
Right here.
Yeah, needs to get over that first and foremost. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. Definitely, we'll keep an eye on it. A lot of pump in that lately, so definitely one I want to keep an eye on. Amy above seven, Maria.
Yay, Amy, congratulations. Look at that. We were watching this line down here at 667 area, kind of broke it a little bit, but the last 2 days have been really nice. We actually meant to mention this one yesterday and didn't get a chance. Kind of broke down a little bit towards the close, but that closing number, um, it didn't break yesterday's resistance. So we're going to add a line here so we can check on this later.
Actually, I like this chart. I like
I
this
do
chart.
too.
And I think Amy still has some room to go. 10x, um, yesterday's hero.
Yep.
And actually, it
Yeah.
looked like it was going to, do okay starting out. But I mean, we still held basically yesterday's close. So I don't know if this is consolidation. Um, we'll see. I mean, you'll see this a lot of times. You'll see a couple of days of consolidation after a big move like that. Um, yeah, let's look at this a little bit more in depth.
So on the short term, for me, it would really need to hold today's low. I would not want it to get underneath today's low. So we're looking at roughly the 752. Again, I know that's really, really tight, but if we're looking to the downside, and I'm not going to count, pre-market really or after hours as potential support resistance areas, typically those won't hold as well. So underneath today's low, your last intraday price was back in the fives. So that's a pretty far move down if it were to move down. So for me, today's low would be my stop.
I agree with that 100%. Let's pull up right. Actually, you know what? Let me skip right for a minute. TRXC. Now, when we first started doing our newsletter, this was the first penny stock we had talked about. We actually had options in it that we had 100% on. This thing is starting to creep up some. Let's go ahead and look at a monthly on this, probably, maybe even a little further.
Here's 6 months, and let me actually go. Let's see what the year looks like. Here's a yearly on it. Um,
We need to break
definitely hit.
250.
Yeah,
Definitely need to break 215. Well, first and foremost, let's break two, but then around actually 212 maybe. 207. Okay. I want to break that. Um, interesting, you know, chart on the weekly though.
yeah. So here's on the longer term. These are, this is we really want to try to get above, ultimately get above that 208. As far as news is concerned, here we go. They will be, well, they're to showcase the Senhan surgical system at a 2018 annual meeting, gastrointestinal and endoscopic surgeons. And that is going to be held April 11th through 14th.
Okay, so next week. Maria, let's go ahead and have a look at AKER. This one blistered some people the other day on ER. Um, Still a ton of volume in this thing. Well off the lows the other day. To me, I needed to cross, looks like 70, and that old resistance was around 75. So that 70-75 area, before I really get interested, and I guess you're supposed to buy low, but that's just on this chart as far as I can tell, somewhere in that 70-75 area. But a lot of volume. I mean, it's still continuing some uptrend off those lows, so there's a lot of interest still left in Acre.
There definitely is, and again, for me to really like or I shouldn't even say like, for me, 75
Actually,
is
that
the
number comes
number.
about 68. Yeah, probably about 68.
Yeah. So right around 68 would put us here.
Yeah.
There's 68, roughly 68.
I know somebody's going to watch this video and go, I bought today and I'm going to sell it to you at 68.
Yeah, that's also very true. Definitely very true.
Maria, pull up CPST. I
What a
do
nice
like Acres.
day.
Nice day on CPST. Let's extend this one out a little bit too.
Sure, let's go ahead and do that. That's a 6 month. Let me get a year pulled up. Wow, really nice.
So this is 52-week highs.
Yeah. Well, here's a 3 year. Definitely has room to go. on a 3-year chart. But if we go back to the yearly, here's the year on it. It is a 52-week high.
I remember trading Capstone not that long ago. I think we played that last big spike. Um, I might have played this again today had I been around because I love 52-week breaks. Let's keep this one on radar.
Definitely. And then as far as news is concerned, again, here's the weekly. The last news I have is back on the 2nd. So they announced new CHP projects at North American hospitals. So that was, pre-market back on the 2nd. I don't have any other news after that. I'm not sure if they are if there's anything else with this one. There's other news. I will look and see, but as of right now, I don't see any other news. But definitely a really nice day.
Definitely a nice day. Riot, we talked about Elfin. Look at Riot, and there was actually a little flow in RIOT.
There was. I'll get that information pulled up. There's the day on Riot.
Solid open.
Yeah. I know that on the 3rd, day before yesterday, they had this article. They disclosed the delay of their 10K filing today. Um, we had some bullish call volume, so above normal and directionally bullish, 4 times expected, implied volatility increasing almost 6 points to 133.81%. And these are on the weekly calls. Put call ratio is 0.62%. So
I've actually
also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say there's a lot of flow I want to look at today, actually. So interesting.
Definitely. Again, really volatile stock. Please be careful. Um, definitely, please be careful trading it.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. But hey, that's what we live for, right? WFT had a little bit of flow on this one as well.
Weatherford. So let me get the news pulled up with it. Had a
When I
nice
see
day.
when I see flow with cheaper stocks, it always intrigues me. Remember that time I played AUPH from was it 15
Yes,
cents to 375 or something crazy? 16 cents
that's
to
awesome.
it was crazy. So
So far upside call buyer in Weatherford as shares rally. 10,000 August 3.5 bought for 12 cents on OI of 740. Let's see. Oh, so while it says here, while that might seem like a stretch, this heavily shorted name ended 2017 north of $4. Earnings are expected on 424.
nice. Okay, yeah, let's keep an eye on this one because like I say, cheaper stocks that get volume like that, I definitely always like to see. So while we're on flow, there's some things. Tesla. I want you to go ahead and pull up Tesla's flow today,
Sure.
and Tesla just in general. And I remember this morning when I had first woke up and was fixing to leave out, somebody had asked me about playing 300 weeklies, and I thought, shit, it's Thursday. I guess they were totally, completely right. But I know several of you
Tesla
guys
was the
played
very
it.
first, yeah, that was the very first not play I gave this morning was Tesla. So here is the flow. That first sweep came in at 9:32 Eastern, 290s on the ask for this week. Not too long after 9 or 10:13 Eastern, still a weekly 305s above the ask.
Yeah, 46,000. Scroll on up. There was another above the ask I had seen
Yep.
earlier right before we got on together, and it was the 295s when the stock was at 303. So they're expecting that was 400. Is that 416,000 or 41,000?
416,000
$416,000 above the ask on Tesla
for this week.
um, for this week. That's a big bet. That's a big bet. So Tesla bulls, we'll see what's going on there. But what a day, what a week. Pull up the weekly real
Yeah.
quick. Fuck.
So here is the weekly on it. So I have a line on here. Don't ask me why. I don't really remember. That seems like, oh, it was yesterday's high. I drew that line early in the morning. I didn't want it to break yesterday's high. So yeah, really, really nice
I
move
mean,
today. Obviously had a monster day yesterday, another monster day today.
look at that. There was no dips.
No,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I
I
mean,
mean, yeah,
not like Tesla. Very, very
no.
non-erratic for Tesla. Yesterday we looked at KSU. I don't want you to pull that one back up today. KSU.
Here's the weekly on it. Nice, nice continuation. It looked a little bit shaky early in the morning, but found its footing. Did close higher, up a little bit on the day. And let me see. I don't know if there was any flow today.
There was, actually.
Yeah, there was. Wow. I didn't realize that.
You know. Now, here's what I thought was interesting, right?
Good sign.
Most of these were on the bid, and when you see these on the bid, you usually think, well, it's somebody writing blah 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 blah. These are 615s for 120, but what I found interesting is look at the price of that first one, but then look at the price of that at 1020. Those are still going up.
Yep,
Even though these were on the bid, these are still going up in price.
you're right. And that was actually a really big block, $2 million block, ask side.
Ask,
I'm not sure if it's tied to anything. However, you're absolutely correct.
you know,
They either closed out or wrote. I don't. I'm assuming they may probably closed out. Not sure. I don't want
yeah,
to say that.
I
So
don't
not sure what they were doing.
I don't want to
But
say either, but I found it interesting, especially after yesterday's move, that there was a lot of continuation in this today. So keep your eyes still on KSU. This is why we love flow, right? This is precisely why we love flow. Another one that had some interesting flow too, CMCSA,
Comcast.
Comcast. Normally not one
Oh,
I would just generally talk about, but this one, I mean, 21 times this was counted today as far as unusuals, right? A lot of blocks, but again, we're in a situation where these are still going up. So
yeah.
somebody was pretty serious about Comcast for 427s here. Keep an eye on it. I'm not saying it's going to rock or kick ass or anything. Most of these are blocks. I'm not I prefer sweeps myself, but these are going up. The 34.50 started at $1, ended at 109. The 35s, 84, and those started at 77. So yeah, keep your eye on Comcast. Um, let's go ahead and look at the Facebook flow as well, real quick. We did sell that this morning. We got really super lucky in overnight swing last night. We had got the May 160s when the stock was at like 151 and change. So it hit the target today. So it was a very nice trade. Still some flow in there as well. I mean,
And
there's
we
some
did
good.
play it. We played it in the room. We caught it off the bottom and played this little run right here. Sold it, not swinging it, but we did end up playing it.
Very nice. Here's a heartbreaker, MU.
Uh,
Now, in yesterday's webinar, some guy had downgraded it with $85 price target. I guess that corrected to 35.
and what the
And
heck was
after
he
hours
thinking?
today, yeah, this still had mainly call flow as you look through there. I mean, mainly this is still on the call side, even above the ask for this
Yeah.
week. Although those are probably going to be fucked tomorrow after this piker does his interview. Um, so anyway, there's still a lot of, we're actually still in it. We had those contracts under 50. We've got plenty of time on them. Should have sold them first thing this morning. Actually talked about selling them this morning. We had a good day anyway between Facebook, everything else we had. It was a killer day, but in the queues, we crushed the queues. But yeah, this not happy about this little move here. It looks like it's off the bottom a little bit in after hours. Speaking of the swings, we had also BABA. Here's one that we've got 180s for May. Had a nice profit on the open. Still up in the stock. It's still up in these. Obviously, it would have been probably smart to just take that profit early this morning. We did not. We are still riding these, still up in the contracts, still nice trade. But did want to make you aware we do still own BABA. Also, Twitter. Everything we swung, everything we bought yesterday, my God, Facebook, BABA, and Twitter that were swinging. Go ahead and pull up Twitter. That
Really
was a
quickly,
super.
before you move on to Twitter, just wanted to also point out, yesterday we talked about getting above this resistance line right here at 170, 178. It did cross through it, but found support fairly close underneath it, bounced it, tested it again, bounced off of it. So we are still watching this line and we are still in these contracts.
And
All
still
right, Twitter. Here is Twitter on the 5-day.
So again, I guess the smart play would have been just sell it on the open. But we're still in it. We've got $30 strikes for, I don't remember, 427 maybe. So we are still holding those. I like it. I mean, I still like Twitter. Decent close. Still, we were up, very nice profit in that, but we got plenty of time on it. Still green, so we are still in Twitter. Microsoft as well. We are still swinging the Microsofts.
Let me get Microsoft pulled up for you. Put in a double bottom today on Twitter. So I like that.
Yeah,
Here
I
is
think so.
Microsoft.
And another one. We are still in. We're up on these. Microsoft, we're still bullish on. Looked like it had a really, really nice, probably right before lunch, especially. So we are still in this one. Love Microsoft. Still getting plenty of flow on Microsoft as well. So that one we are still in. NVIDIA. I said we were going to talk about Andrew left. Jeez. So we were swinging NVIDIA. Had been for a couple of days anyway. Um, and the thing is, really, where it closed, we were probably been okay with our contracts. Andrew left, but I had a flashback of June 9th when I'm driving home from the beach from Destin, Florida to home. I lost service and lost thousands because I had contracts. I had calls on NVIDIA. And Andrew left shorts at the whole market tanks that day, blah, 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 blah. So I'm driving today in Virginia, so I just said punt them. I did not want a repeat of my June 9th of last year. It doesn't look like he had near the effect today that he had back then. I think chips in general just had a fucked up day. So anyway, we are currently out of NVIDIA, but I'm still a long-term Super Bowl on NVIDIA, so we'll see. I just did not want to flash back on that, what happened before. Boeing, I think y'all had a monster trade. I had a couple texts about Boeing today. It looked like y'all must have made some moves on that while I was driving.
We did. We played Boeing today. Had some really nice scalps. Early morning from up until probably around 11 or so. We played it. We played this run right here, and then we cut a little bit of a scalp right through here. Also,
Yeah,
just going back one step on NVIDIA, I did sell my position. However, I did also pick up a May 230, just one contract, when NVIDIA was under 220, and those are currently green.
nice. I think Tech Money played Boeing again today too, right?
Yes, he did.
Very cool. So yeah, I like this one above that 330 a lot. Um, which if you put a line right down there around that 330, that's been a little bugaboo here lately. Actually,
Yes,
go
it
ahead and put
has.
this one there.
So 330 is actually down here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been a little problem for this one lately. So above 330, that was a no-brainer. I mean, when it broke that line right there, that was kind of a no-brainer. So
There's
good,
330 on a year.
yeah, good job, guys and gals, on Boeing. Pan W, we brought up yesterday about rumors and some flow in Pan W. Look at the continuation on this thing.
It was gorgeous. It had a really, really nice day. I did not get a chance to play it. I know there were people in the room that played it. Very nice continuation.
You know, this one I'm going to be mad about not buying those contracts yesterday, and we came so close.
It's at a 52-week high.
Yeah. Just a gorgeous day. I mean, that was a gorgeous continuation. IBM, I think you got out of that this morning.
I did. Really quickly, here's your line. So, 3-year high. I don't know if it's an all-time, but a 3-year high, $200.55. Currently at 196.40. I think it will try to. I think it, especially this close to 200. I think it will test it.
I think you're right about that. I think you're absolutely right about that.
Then IBM, I did sell IBM today. Here is the chart on IBM. I could have held on to it. However, those contracts were green and I didn't want to risk not taking profit on it. So I did go ahead and sell that one. I will look for reentry. I just kind of want to see what it does from here. It held nicely throughout the day. Really afternoon support was really pretty. Um, Sold off a little bit right at the close, but still, actually was down a little bit on the day, but it was still a nice day. So I am currently out. I will keep an eye on it and see if I can get in later.
Maria, another one that y'all played this morning, Cat. I didn't get to look at it. I was packing up, but I know Vishal, I think, had a pretty nice move on CAT.
Kat had a really nice day, actually. I didn't get to play it either. I know Vishal played it. I think you played it as well, right?
I did not.
Oh, my bad. For some reason, I thought you had. But yeah, Kat definitely made a move. Pulled back middle of the day, but found support down here and turned around.
It looks like there may have been a few days ago that high today. Looks like may have had a double top there too. Let's go ahead and look at. Yeah, close enough. Yeah, it broke it a little bit today. So let's keep an eye on that one. They have ER coming up soon. Um, One I got spanked on today, I normally don't get spanked on, is QQQ. I know you had a good day with QQQ because I've seen the trade confirm in our joint account. I got spanked on this one today. Uh, and I shouldn't have even been trading because I didn't have long to trade. But I thought this one was going to break that. Actually, that's where I bought it. Go back. You're right. I thought it was going to go ahead and hit high of day back there just a couple minutes before there, and ended up on the hopium train just a little bit, and ended up having to sell that one. I had quite a few contracts, but anyway, yeah, looks like I head and shoulders there, right?
Yeah, shoulder broke that neckline. Um, Bounced down here, hit a low, and then turned around. Actually, that was brought on. Well, this drop was brought on primarily by Nvidia, I believe. That's when things really started to drop.
Right.
And then, it came back and I did play it. I played it down, I played it up, I played it down, played it up.
Another one y'all had a good day with. You were swinging it, Amazon. I seen it when you sold it first thing this morning. You put the trade confirm in the room. I don't know if y'all replayed it, but I knew that was a great trade for you right there.
Yeah, we did. I did swing. I swung one call. I wish I had swung all of them. I had 5 calls yesterday. I sold 4 of them right before the close. Swung one of them. I wanted to lock in the profit. This morning, obviously, it opened up. I sold it in that first candle. I got out. I did play it after that, and we are actually there's many of us YOLOing. We're doing YOLO calls for tomorrow. We won't promote that. YOLOs are disposable money, just a little bit of fun, super cheap contracts. We're okay if they don't work out, but we really want Amazon to make a move tomorrow.
Just yeah, I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, don't.
But yeah,
Don't ask.
I seen that
He'll
trade
probably
confirm.
yell at us. This is what happens when Tim is not on a voice. We get in trouble.
So yeah, I seen that confirm you had this morning 1270 or something. It was a nice swing off one contract. That was nice.
Yep,
Um, let's see. You bought LMT today.
I did. Thank you, Tech Money. So he reminded me yesterday to buy LMT for ER just to play a run up to ER. And I completely didn't get a chance to get in yesterday. I did join him today. I went a little bit further out of the money. I'm in May 355s. Those are green. I am planning on playing the run up. Now, where's that 52 at? So if we hit, probably right here, if we hit 350 to 352, I will look to exit. I mean, even at, around right at 350, I may look to exit and take some profit off of that or sell at least some of those contracts and maybe let just one continue to ride until ER. But I am currently in May 355 calls.
Yay. And you bought WWE, which I thought was an interesting choice.
I did. So I saw just a little bit of flow on WWE. It's an interesting one. Here is the daily. Those calls are green. Let me get the year pulled up. Here's your year on it. So I kind of liked where, we're not too far off of the bottom of that wick. That was, April 4th or so. Let me add a drawing there. Not too far off of that. Um, I will play it up to roughly 38 or so, 38 to 40. Let's see if we can get 40 on it.
Well, if you
Or
break through,
39 at
yeah, if you
52.
break that,
Sorry, 52.
you may go places. So
Right. So at least I'm going to look to see if it's going to test that 52-week high. And if it breaks through, then, I'll take some profit at that 52 and let just a little piece continue.
right on. Intel. Let's look at Intel.
Oh, man. Actually, you know what? Intel surprisingly held up fairly well. Let me get the 5-day. Here's your 5-day, and we'll go into, here's the day. So Intel took the NVIDIA drop, and I believe Intel was one that got downgraded yesterday too, wasn't it? Something happened with Intel. What was it?
I think they got put to a neutral, maybe. I'm not sure.
So they actually got an upgrade today. Yesterday, they were downgraded at Stiefel to a hold from a buy. Today, UBS, that same not so nice analyst at UBS, Timothy, whatever his last name is, he upgraded or initiated Intel at a buy, $70 price target. Tigris, Tigris Financial also upgraded Intel to a buy. They say that they see significant share upside.
Good, because we own it.
Yep. So we're in Intel.
So happy about that one. Nice upgrades. I don't have a lot more. I did want you to hit Netflix because I missed seeing what that did today.
Yeah, let's look at Netflix. So Netflix actually held fairly well. I like where this end of day support was. So, obviously the NVIDIA drop, we'll call it the NVIDIA drop. It hit a low right around 292.70 something or the other, close to that, bounced off of that. I really want to see Netflix try for 300. Um, kind of want to see what it does tomorrow. I'm not in it. I did not scalp it today. I did scalp it yesterday. Did not scalp it today. Definitely going to keep an eye on it to see if it wants to make a move.
This one should run into ER, which is 416.
Yep.
Um, this one should run into that. So I definitely, this is something I may take a position on pretty soon, actually. Apple too. Apple, we had been saying we wanted over 170. Several people playing that one in room. Nice continuation today on Apple, which we've been needing. I think Bashal said it best. Apple over 172 always sets 52-week highs. I believe it was Apple he was talking about.
Yep.
So keeping up, nice day, nice continuation. It's been a lot of flow on Apple, monster flow on Apple. I'm not even going to show you that today. So that one, yeah, Apple. Congrats to those
Yeah.
that had that one.
There were some people that played it in the room as well.
Yeah, RCL. Wasn't there some flow in RCL today?
Yeah. So RCL had a bunch of flow, um, which was funny because Norwegian was a Nigerian play today. So RCL started coming in this morning. All these came in early. Sweep, some blocks, and then another sweep. The two sweeps were ask side 125s for May. So look at that, Tim. When they first came in, oh, sorry, those are 120s. So I was like, wow, that's a big jump. 172 is what they paid for the early morning one, and then they paid 390 for the 120s. So RCL I actually do like a lot. Let's look at RCL. Here's RCL on a weekly. Nice cup with a handle. And let's look at the 1 year. So kind of off of a nice level, right? I like it.
I like it. I do. Absolutely. I'm over here scrolling the flow from today, just having a quick look around. Um, ooh, ARRY again. The last time we had
Yes.
flow on ARRY, we played that and killed it.
We did. So those were both ask side, 5,000 of the $18 calls for June, 375 of the 17s for June. Both are blocks. Again, I don't know if they're tied, but here's what the article said. So ARI attracts a far upside call buyer as shares slide. So the block will create the largest open interest in the name and captures earnings in mid-May and a company presentation on 6/10.
Yeah, that one we played because we had a guy swinging some bats at this thing probably 6 weeks, 2 months ago, and we
Yep.
absolutely killed ARY following that flow.
Yes, we
Um,
did.
I definitely want to keep that on the list to watch. I thought it was crazy the other day, and this is, I do want to. And was Ace Trader in the room today? Did he
He
come in?
was. Yeah,
He
he
was.
was in there.
Did, remember that GME he was showing us from what was it, Monday?
Yeah, we
Look
actually
at the
went over it in
GM.
the room.
Do it.
We actually went over it in the room on Monday.
Yeah, and look at the historical flow on this for just the weekly. Did this
And
come
we looked at,
in?
let me get the weekly pulled up. Those were all above the ask, above the ask. I
Uh
remember
huh.
when those came through, we told the room those were for this week.
Now the price of the stock was at 12.97, 12.99, blah blah blah. Wow, did that get hit after hours today?
It looks like it, but I don't have any news on it, so I wonder if it's just a weird trade.
I don't know, but that one, since those came in, what is the price? What was the price of the stock at the close? I can't.
At the close, we closed the day at 1356.
Yeah. So the guy that bought those, and I'm assuming it was the same guy just because of the time frame, and Ace Trader keeps bringing up, hey guys, remember that flow? Remember that flow? Shit, that flow paid off. Again, this is why we look at flow um, religiously. So yeah, I just wanted to bring GME up that it was a nice continuation every day. So since that's came in, not all flow works that way, but that one was some serious above the ask, and just the way they bought it was intriguing to me. So
Yep. And if you see, just kind of slowly working its way back or working its way up.
yeah. And those were weeklies. Those were weeklies. So
Yeah, those
we'll
expire tomorrow.
right. Um, we'll see. Interesting. So I don't really have a lot else, that I was looking at. That
The other
ARY.
one, RCII. So I did buy calls on these that day that we saw that flow. I think it was this day right here. And I am up, I think it's like it was over 100% at one point. I don't know where it's at right now. But more M&A chatter today caused that spike. I am still in these calls again, just a couple calls. They were super cheap. If something works out, cool. If not, no big deal. But those are currently green. Nice
You know
pop.
what? I'm glad you brought that up. Another one you was in, and I kind of made fun of you. I called you and I said, "Did you really buy this?" Because and you know which one I'm talking about already, because we had some bad luck with it in the past. Conoco, but those worked out.
They are. Those are green. I sold most of those at 100% today.
uh,
I have two calls left on those just to see if it tries to make a move. Energy was strong. I was not expecting to make money on that, but thank you, ConocoPhillips.
I actually kind of. you know, it's like, Maria, why did you do this? And why did you tell the room you did it? Because nobody wins off ConocoPhillips. So, you know, like, why did you do that? So, hey, I hope some people followed you because you killed it on that one. So,
Yeah, that was a good trade.
nice work. Sorry I
Thank
busted
you.
on you a little bit.
No
It
worries.
was
No
it
worries.
was friendly. I mean, you know, when
Yeah.
we say we call it nag each other, we're just like best friends. So we give each other the shit on some of these plays we do. But yeah, I thought she was kind of crazy about Conoco. But other than that, I don't really see anything on my list. I don't know if you
Um,
have.
I bought Etsy today as well. I didn't see any big flow in it, but I saw some, actually Pete in our room had seen some just really, really small orders coming through on Etsy, like 20 contracts, 5 contracts, 10 contracts, just repeatedly. So I did pick up a couple of contracts on Etsy. I am currently in the May $30 calls. I'm gonna see how that works out. And right now they're green.
You know what, Maria? One more. I'm sorry. I know I told
That's
you I was
okay.
done. Square. Are you still swinging that one?
Yes, I am. I am still in Square. I was so excited this morning. I thought Square would finally make a move. And it tried to make a move. The only reason I didn't sell it is because this low, or actually, this wick hit that, but I'm going to use the bottom of the body of this candle right here. That was close enough for me to support, and I am still in.
Okay. Very, very cool. That's all I've got. Anything on the after hours scanner?
Let's check and see. Um, there's a really low price stock on there, NVCN. I don't think they had any news though. Let's see.
Oh God.
I cannot. Okay, so I personally like I got to give props to the people that trade these like 3 and 4 cent stocks. I don't have the patience for it, number one. And I just sometimes some of those charts, like it's just you can't really decipher it. So props if you play it. It's not my cup of tea. Doesn't mean that you can't play it. Don't see any after hours news. Not sure if it's just still running on momentum. But yeah, that one is up on quite a bit of volume after hours. 4%. Tim? What's 4% of 4 cents?
0.016.
0.0016. See that explains exactly why I can't play it. I can't even do the math on it.
You know, I see B cell on
Personal.
here. I see B cell. Did B cell continue
Yeah.
today?
You know what? I did not get a chance to look at it.
Let's go ahead and look at that real quick, just for shits and gigs.
It was down a little bit on the day. Nothing bad. I like this support area.
I love V cell. I love
I do
V cell.
too.
It's down, but you know, after that run it took, that's kind of to be expected.
Yeah.
Um, some profit takers. It looked like it pre-market it wanted to bump and you know just kind of sold off. It looks like they're all day, but we'll see. I do want you to keep an eye on V cell. I will be out all day tomorrow. Um, let's see. Let me look at the
I don't.
scanner.
Yeah. I didn't really see too much more on there. TTWO on really light volume. Um, didn't really see too much more over there. V-cell, just going backwards a little bit, over 1075. I really like it.
You know,
I
there was
like
a
that.
name yesterday, eBio. Can we look at
Oh
that?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I
Yes,
don't have
guys,
my notes from yesterday.
we are totally ADD. This is how our day goes.
Yeah.
Um, Down on the day, barely 2 cents down on the day. Nice push into the close though.
Yeah, it looks like today's low matched yesterday's, you know, after the open low. So that's probably going to be your support area right in there. So,
Exactly.
um, you know what? I'm actually kind of still impressed with this one. If you look across there,
Yep.
it's higher lows. It didn't get a higher
Mhm.
high, but well, it's not too far. You know, keep an eye on eBio. I mean, this one just has that look kind of. And I wish I had
Absolutely.
my notes from yesterday because there was some low floaters that I did want to have, but I have no idea. I've been traveling. I'll be out all day tomorrow, so we'll be back in the groove Monday, and obviously Sunday night we'll still do our um, weekly recap. And tomorrow, when I get out of the field, we'll do a something. It won't be a Friday recap because we'll wait till this weekend to do that. But we'll do a something.
We'll do a Friday Night Live.
We'll do a Friday
That's
night.
OMER. We looked at that one yesterday. OMER.
Oh yeah, there was some flow in that OMER yesterday.
Yeah, I had an okay day. Sold off at the open, came back, consolidated, broke down slightly, kind of tried to push into the close, didn't break through resistance. But still an interesting chart, one to definitely keep an eye on.
From where it came from, I think that's still pretty interesting. So that did have a little flow in it. One more that I did just come to memory, BDR yesterday, and then I'm going to leave you alone completely.
No, you're good. So BDR broke one line of support that I was looking at, which was right here, right?
Yep.
Broke that line. Um, and actually, if you look, I'm gonna draw one more line real quick. That's where it bounced. Previous resistance.
Yeah,
So if it wants to bounce here and go up, I think that would be bullish. If it breaks this line, I'm not interested.
not interested. I'm in agreement with you. That's all I can remember. I'm sorry. Anyway,
No, no, that's quite all right. Also, the other thing is that BDR is now back under $1. I kind of feel like it was really important for it to hold that dollar level. It did break down under it. Not saying that that's completely bearish or anything, but I would really want this to move off of this prior resistance.
you know
But yeah,
what?
that's all I had. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Let's look at Fate too. I just remembered that one. FATE, because that is one I do have some love towards.
So Fate actually sold off this morning.
Yeah,
Extend that one to the left.
yeah, it held at a good
Now
spot.
it did. Not necessarily liking that close. However, again, if it wants to hold 990 or higher, I like it.
That's the problem. Anytime, and people ask me all the time, why do you trade options instead of low float stocks? Because you used to be a penny stock junkie. I've traded options forever. I just didn't have anybody to trade them with, so I didn't talk about it as much. And so I kind of had to trade the low floats. But this is where I get tricked out, right? Like, it's Wyatt said it best: yesterday's heroes, today's zeros. I like Fate, but I would have just probably, in my penny stock days or low float days, it's not a penny stock. Um, you know, it's so easy for me to get on the hopium with these things and not take profits. But I do like Fate, so
Yep,
we'll keep an eye on it. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely rooting for the Bulls on that one and VSEL. So
absolutely. That's all I had. I think TEUM, it likes to make these after hours moves, these weird after hours moves. Oops. An okay day. It held actually. Today's support, I know it flashed down under it slightly, but if you're looking at support right here, we'll extend that to the left. Still looks okay, but again, it's one of those really iffy kind of plays. Like it's really got to make a move off of this 230-ish level, 220, let's say 228 to 230 level. Really needs to try to make a move off of that. Otherwise, it's something that I would cut. Or I would, well, I don't want to say I would cut it. That's up to your own risk tolerance. However, me personally, I don't like it under 230 or 228.
I'm with you.
Yeah, Tim, that's all I have for today. Did you have anything else?
No, if anybody wants a free trial with Black Box and trading with us, hit us up.
Yeah,
If you want to just sign up, go ahead. Maria's got a link right there. You can click. If not, hit us up on Twitter, StockTwits, and say, hey, I want a free trial to fuck with you guys. And you can
yeah,
come trade with us live. We'll hook you up.
absolutely.
No credit card required. So, hey, if it's not for you, no harm, no foul, right? If it is for you, welcome
Absolutely.
to the family. So that's it. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment. Unless your comment sucks, then don't leave it. That's all I got.
uh, awesome. Thank you guys again. Just like Tim said, if you would like a trial, It's a week-long trial, completely free, no credit card required. You can hit us up on StockTwits or Twitter, or you can respond in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Go ahead, subscribe, like, and share. Um, Stay green tomorrow. It's a Friday. We have a really big number coming out in the morning. We have that wages in the morning? We
I
have
think
jobs numbers in the morning, right?
we got
We have a
jobs
really
numbers.
important morning, jobs numbers in the morning. Super important. I think it will set the tone for the day. Keep an eye on that number. Um, as always, let the market open, let it shake out, let it settle, let it show you the direction before you jump in. Stay green, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.